This world, man, you can't do that in this world, man. Arsenio, they got rules. They got rules. Like, he has a rule. The bass player, he got a rule. He got to wax his head every morning. That's a rule. He follows the rules, man. He follows the rules. Oh, these are jokes. Come on.
Oh, these are jokes. Come on.
All right, it's lunchtime, everybody. Woo! Shut this door, so there it is. All righty. Well, I was talking about Robyn Vos earlier on my last video. So what this came out a little while back, earlier this weekend. On March 3rd, only 2 days after former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman and Thomas More, lawyer Eric Cardall testified before the Wisconsin Assembly Committee on Campaigns and the E word, they appeared on a podcast with 100% Fed Up's Patty McMurray and the Gateway Pundit's Jim Hoft, where they discussed the findings of Justice Gableman's final report on potential irregularities. Excuse my code words. Okay, well, the 100% Fed Up Gateway Pundit podcast with Justice Gableman and Eric Cardall can be seen. There's a link. You'll see it here. I'll put the link and you can watch the whole interview. It's pretty interesting. And Gableman was hired by Wisconsin State Assembly Speaker Robyn Vos. We all know that. I'm just going to a little recap right quick here to investigate the November irregularities that happened. Okay, I've used code words, everybody, for any new subscribers that might not know what I'm talking about. But this happened in 2020 when we choose who our leaders are and we circle the little circles. Okay. Well, Biden got nearly 21,000 more of those things that are used to choose those, the V words, in Wisconsin, a state that Donald Trump that won in 2016. And in Arizona, by the way, a little off subject, but there was a county has never went blue, and it did, and they had hired 42 lawyers to defend that. So that's kind of ironic. Anyways, as part of his testimony, Special Counsel Gableman dropped a bombshell when he explained how, in Chapter 1 of the report, the CTCLs, or the Center for Tech and Civic Life, $8.8 million Zuckerberg dollars plan to grant to Wisconsin's top 5 Democratic stronghold cities: Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee, Madison, and Green Bay. They used this in November 2020. Violates, I can't use these words, okay? A little bit of code words I can't get in there. Thomas More, lawyer Eric Cardall interviewed nursing home patients and members of their families who voted in the 2020 process. And a long story short here, Gableman testified in front of the Wisconsin Selection Committee. Let's skip past some of this stuff here because I don't want to keep us too long because we're going to keep this video medium short. I will just link this because there's so many code. It just has to do with the problems that they had. And a long story short, give me 1 second and I'll tie this all together.
I am not up to the job.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now we're at the point where I'm reading back a few days ago on what was going on, recapping a little bit over the weekend. I wasn't able to get a lot of news out because I was quite busy working on a bedroom for my 15-year-old, making it bigger and better and faster, stronger. So Wisconsin Congressional District 6 GOP event participants vote to decertify this thing that happened in 2020. The result, and for the Speaker Vos to resign. So this is getting pretty heavy duty. The Wisconsin's GOP Congressional District 6 met yesterday. The GOP members discussed a few key items. One action taken by the group was to vote whether Speaker Vos should resign or be removed from office. Across the state, we have seen similar actions take place. Okay, so the GOP in the Congressional District 6 share their comparisons to 1776 and what is going on today in the U.S. The document shared referred to the text in the Declaration of Independence. Now, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their Creator. Okay, I'll go into all that, but that. Okay, there's all this is be linked, so you can actually read the Declaration of Independence. Anyways, the resolution for Vos to resign was passed by 93% of those present at the event. Below is the resolutions for Vos resignation. In addition, the Congressional District 6 GOP voted to certify this thing. 93% of those voting for this resolution as well. This is in line with numerous counties in that state that have voted for the same. So there are a lot of things going on, man. So like I say, we get these instances where we're feeling like things are pretty oblique, but it looks like because of the fact that we got people like you out there watching these videos and sharing this stuff and talking about this stuff, that it just won't go away. They cannot make it go away. And their wins the left's wins have been minimized due to the fact that they have spent so much political capital, energy, money on trying to get us to forget about this, that they haven't had time to actually follow through with it. Could you imagine how far they would have gotten if we didn't stay steadily on what we're doing right now, making that narrative, watching these videos, internet saying, man, these people won't stop with this stuff, because the internet algorithm watches everybody's searches, and everybody's looking into this stuff. We're talking about normies. I'm reaching normies, man. Got dudes coming over here from, they're telling me in the comments that they really like my comment, that or my content, and they're glad they found me, and I'm glad they did too, not because of I'm not conceited, but I'm just saying we're bringing people over. We're crossing people on, it's just a beautiful thing. So, being the fact that this is what's going on, we're starting to see this, how things are really turning out. Now, I want to show you a video right quick, and it's coming up right after this second here, but it's the fake White House that everybody talks about. Okay, you ready? Here it comes.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, it's right at the center. He turned it off.
Good afternoon. As I said in my State of the Union address, I'm going to always be honest with you. Today, I want to talk with you about the cost.
So that is the fake White House that has been talked about, that you see Biden doing all his videos from. I don't know if it's because they don't want to get poop on the carpet that's in the original White House. There are some really speculatory things that are going on behind the scenes with all that. There'll be times when that seal is kind of blurted out. Anyhow, everything will be linked in the descriptions. Some of the stuff I can't put in because it just takes a long time to cut everything, and I'm real busy at the shop. But if they're there is an article that talks about his teleprompter. He's using like a 75-inch television for a teleprompter that has flashy stuff all over it to keep his attention focused on it, because they know that his cognitive decline has gotten to the point to where they cannot let him go off script because he almost started World War III. So, now, huge. This is another article right here I'd like to read about. It's former AG Bill Barr stopped investigations in the trailer load of 288,000 papers into PA from New York in the 2020 process. Barr refused to provide whistleblower protection. Now the USPS won't provide investigation report. Now, what gives about that? Let's read a little bit about what's going on here. Truck driver Jesse Morgan moved mail for the U.S. Postal Service and came out after the process of people picking in 2020 and shared his story of how he hauled tens of thousands of papers from New York to Pennsylvania before the process of picking our people in 2020. Now, we reported on this in December 20th. And we remember this guy. He had like the beard that went down like this, and he talks about okay, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to read the article, but if I'm not mistaken, this is the same guy that trailer got missing and nobody said anything about it. He had parked it to do something, and next thing you know, it was gone. He says, I was driving completed papers from New York to Pennsylvania, so I decided to speak up. Truck driver transferred these fraudulent papers. I might be wrong about that. There was one instance where somebody had a semi-trailer that was loaded with all kind of boxes that had to do with that, and that got missing. So I'm just kind of, might be a little ahead of myself here. But we learned in the summer of 2021 that former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr ordered the U.S. Attorney in eastern Pennsylvania to stop investigating this process. The issues in the state and turning any issues over to the Democrat Pennsylvania Attorney General. This would have included the reports of approximately 288,000 papers entering Pennsylvania on a semi-trailer from New York. There is some stuff that has to do with that. This past week, Lieutenant Colonel Tommy Schaefer discussed the Jesse Morgan story and that the work he and others performed to vet the story of this phone won't stop ringing. So anyhow, just hold on one. I'm just going to power through it. It's just going to have to just ring. Schaefer said that this team fully vetted Morgan. He decided to move forward with the story. He contacted his friends and law enforcement to get them on board with further investigation of the matter. When former AG Bill Barr heard the news, he called Tony and screamed at him and told Tony to stop his investigation. Barr claimed it interfere with the FBI investigation. Tony was shortly thereafter removed from the investigation. And so all this is pretty much showing is some serious implications that have to do with Barr. And he did not do his job. And I know that this right here isn't a win, but I'm just trying to do a little bit of a recap so that everybody can kind of remember where this all started and what's going on. And long story short, things are really working good. I want to read something about Arizona right quick. Give me 1 second here, so if I can get to this. It's going to be hard to find. I'm trying to do this all in one, as little takes as I can, because I'm real uber busy. Former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey says he's partially to blame for the destruction of the internet today. He regrets it. And this is true. The article that's talking about it just talks about, we all know what Dorsey did. He banned President Trump from the internet, or his account, and this was after he was trying to get people to calm down. No message of violence one bit so ever, but just completely did the bidding of what the White House asked him to do. They just said, do this and rock and roll with it. And then Arizona has passed a really cool integrity law. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm trying to hurry up here. I know we're busy. Well, it was over here on the right. Tell me I didn't save that. Anyhow, long story short, Arizona, huge Republican bill passes. Get down here to it. Let's see. Here it is, right there. Gosh almighty, I'm so sorry, everybody. Stick with me for a minute here. I don't mean to lose y'all. It's easy to get everybody gone. State Representative Jake Hoffman's HB 2492. It says that that voters who are not required to show this documentation, it has to do with. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm ahead of myself here. The Arizona Republicans have they have to have ID. Arizona Republicans passed HB 2492 requiring all voters to provide proof of citizenship upon registering to vote. And from the top of the article here, it says that currently 13,077 federal voters are actively registered in the Maricopa County. Proof of citizenship is not required for these voters to vote. In federal processes, President Trump lost the state only by 10,457. The new law requires the federal V to, I'm sorry, the phone's ringing. I'm trying to hurry and get this out. The federal V's to provide citizenship, and Rhino, Arizona Governor Doug Ducey certified the stolen process. And this, of course, we have a lot of making up to do. So long story short, they passed that right there. So thank y'all for watching. Lots of love. I got to get this phone that won't stop ringing, and I will holler back. Thank y'all very much. More news will come out. I'll get more time this afternoon, but I'm just real busy. A lot of stuff came in this week, and I want to thank everybody, all the new subscribers over the weekend who checked me out and was checking my stuff out. And I'll be doing a lot of work with a lot of people, man. I got Fox and Archibald Show and This Way Network. And so I'll link some of those comments or some of that into the thing. You can check some of that stuff out. Busy. Sorry. Lots of love. Guys in control. I'm out.
This whole crap with this cancel culture and the... Shut up!